it's time to listen up Lincoln Elementary. I'm Roulet.
And I'm BJ. Good morning and welcome to Lincoln Live. We are 5th graders sharing the news you need to know.
Remember this day, a smile and positive attitude can take you a lot more places than a frown and an eye can't.
Today is Monday, October 9th, 2023, and it is D-Day.
Moving on to our morning greeting, choose one that's the best, surfing or thinking face.
Here's our meteorologist, Cammie, with the latest and greatest weather report. Take it away, Cammie.
The predicted temperature today is 59 degrees and cloudy. Hopefully we have indoor recess, but check with your teacher to be sure. Have a marvelous Monday. Back to you, anchors.
That should be. Can you fix my phone?
Outside recess.
For school lunch today, we are having brunch for lunch with breakfast sausage, sweet potato fries, orange slices, fruit juice, and milk.
Let's enjoy some special announcements. Miss Jordan is here with some important information that you don't want to miss.
Okay, good morning and happy Monday, Lincoln Elementary. I have just two announcements in regards to PAWS. Last week we talked about how we're going to name our Lincoln Lion, and I have one class that submitted a name because you guys were listening. So Mrs. Henry's class had their listening ears on last week. So this morning your teacher will find a half sheet of paper in their mailbox. As a class, decide on one name that you want to submit for the whole school to vote on. And once you do that, there is a mailbox right outside my office, and your teacher can put your half sheet in that mailbox. And then this time next week, we will see what names we're going to vote on. The second thing I want to announce is I always tell you sometimes I like to do special surprises. And I was looking at the Paw Bucks rewards and seeing how much each grade level had. And as of Friday morning, the grade level with the most was 4th grade. 4th grade currently has 551 Lion Bucks. And as a reward this week, starting Monday, you guys get to have free seating at lunch all week. So you do not have to sit at your teacher's assigned table. You get a free sit week because you guys have earned the most as an entire grade level. Now, just remember, if you are making a poor choice during lunch, during free sit, I can always put you at an assigned seat. So continue to make good choices. Other grade levels continue to earn those. I'm going to keep my eyes on that. We're earning so many wonderful prizes and having such a great time, and you never know when I'll come up with a surprise. Have a great week.
Mrs. Brenner is here with some exciting news.
Good morning, Lincoln. Wow, 2 visitors in one day. Are you ready for this? Here we go. My exciting news is actually about the school's Lexia progress. I went back and I looked at all of the classrooms and how well the class did earning their minutes and units goals for the month of September. Let's get a drum roll. The classes that I list are classes who met 80% or above of their usage needed for September. These classes have all earned a Lion Bug from me. Miss Ankram's class, Miss Barnhart's class, Miss Bazan's class, Miss Charney's class, Miss Kogar's class, Miss Dankliff's class, Mrs. Dimmerling's class, Mrs. Flannery's class, Mrs. Gill's class, Mrs. Hanson's class, Mrs. Henry's class, Mrs. Hughie's class, Mrs. Irwin's class, Mrs. Kinnier's class, whew, I need a breath, Mrs. Light's class, Mr. Murphy's class, Mrs. Murphy's class, Mrs. Roser's class, Mr. Schodorf's class, Mrs. Schultz's class, Mrs. Stanforth's class, Miss Terry's class, and Mrs. Ward's class. Congratulations! Let's give a round of applause. I I also have to give an extra shout out because these classes met their goal 100%. That means every single student in their class met their Lexio goal for the month of September. And that is Mrs. Barnhart, Mrs. Cherney, Miss Dankliff, Mrs. Dimmerling, Mrs. Hanson, Mrs. Light, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Roser, Mrs. Schultz, and Mrs. Stanforth. Congratulations! You have been working so hard on Lexia, and I just have to say, it's gonna make such a difference in your reading, in your spelling, and in your writing. So keep up the hard work. For the month of October, I'll be looking again, but I'm raising the goal. The class has to meet 85% of their usage and minutes for the month of October. Okay, I think we can do it. Have a great Monday, and I'll see you later. Back to you, anchors.
Raise your hand if you visited the Lost and Found last week. Be sure to stop by the Lost and Found this week to claim any goodies that belong to you. We have lots of jackets and sweatshirts that are yours.
Are you missing a water bottle or lunch bag? Be sure to check the bins. Students, there are a lot of ways to get involved at Lincoln. Listen closely to these 2 opportunities.
This is a reminder for all 5th grade students. Applications can still be turned in for the opportunity to be on the student council.
Any Lincoln students who'd like to submit a drawing for the yearbook, there is still time. Pick up a form from Art this week.
Lincoln, we have a joke to start off your week.
What did the duck say after she bought chapstick?
I don't know. What did the duck say after she brought the chapstick?
Put it on my bill. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, please pause for a moment of silence. It's time for our pause pledge. As a Lincoln Lion, I promise to
be positive, act responsibly, work hard, and show respect.
It's time to celebrate some Lincoln birthdays. Let's appreciate our birthday guests.
Hello, what is your name?
Vienna,
And how old are you now?
7.
Happy birthday. Hello, what is your name?
Zulima,
And how old are you now?
9.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for tuning in to Lincoln Live. Work hard today.
Individually, we are one drop. Together, we are an ocean. Always know that we are one school, one family.
This message was brought to you by DJ.
And Duet.
We hope you have a magical Monday.